I'm back for another Yoga for Everyone class with my student Elspeth. I want you to be free in this class, to be on a chair, make sure it's nice and steady and you're safe, or you can be on the yoga mat, or you can mix it up and do a little bit of both. Okay? As always, your body will practice, modify as much as you need, take the options that feel right for you, or take a completely different option. Now, coming to a comfortable seated position, either on the chair or on a mat, you're going to take a moment to arrive. And if you're on the mat, maybe you sit on a cushion or you sit on a block. And rest your hands softly on your belly, maybe one on your chest as well. And notice the rise and fall as your breath. Perhaps you even close your eyes and really tune in. Every moment begins at the center. The core steadies us. It supports us. It gathers us back to when things shift. So as we practice today, let's hold this intention close. Core is the center we return to. Each breath, each movement, a return to our center. Now gently release the hands and place them onto your thighs. Take a breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, press your hands into your thighs and exhale through pursed lips. Do that one more time. Breathe in. Push onto the thighs, long spine, pursed lips. Feel that connection. Every movement begins at your center. The core is the center we return to, and our breath is going to help us. So before we begin, the things that you are going to need for this class are at least one block and a yoga strap. But if you have like a dressing gown belt, that's going to work just as well. Okay, so we're going to start with our hands on our thighs or knees. You can be seated in your chair, you can be seated on the floor. If you want to sit on a block or a cushion, you can do that as well. And we're going to start by taking what I call cat-cow circles. So as you inhale, you circle the body forward, a little arch of the spine. And as you exhale, tuck the chin round the back. You can even kind of pull against the knees. So inhale, you circle forward. And exhale, round it back. Last time this way, breathing in and breathing out. You're going to switch direction now. So inhale, circling the other way. The breath is in and out of the nose as much as you can. Keep moving with that breath, inhaling forward and exhale, round it back. Last time, breathing in and breathing out. Inhale brings you through center. Right hand down, inhale, left arm lifts up. Exhale, take a side bend over towards the right. Feel the left body long. Inhale brings you through center. Exhale takes you the other way. Now we're going to do the same thing, but this time perhaps try keeping both of your arms up. So side bend to the right, both arms up. Inhale through center. Do you feel that core connection? If you need to, bring your fingers down. That's absolutely fine. Breathing in and breathing out. Maybe you noticed you can't go down as low, and that's okay. Last one. Breathe in, long spine. Exhale, take it over. Lovely. Inhale brings you through center. Bring your hands onto your lower ribs now. We're going to just do a little bit of mobility from the thoracic spine. So I want you to move from here, not from your pelvis. So try and move your ribs from side to side, from one hand to the other. Keep the breath going as you do. Lovely. And then challenge. Can you do the same thing, but front to back? Use your hands to help you. If you've never done this before, this can feel impossible, but work on it because it's really good to have mobility in this area. Nice. And then bring your hands back to the sides, and this time, can you draw a circle? So side, front, side, back. Do about 3, and then you're going to change direction. And if you've done this loads of times with me before and this is easy, then you can make funny shapes and challenge your brain even more. Bring yourself back through center. So if you're on your mat, make sure you turn yourself to face the front of your mat, and you're going to rest back on your forearms. If you're on the chair, then you're going to use your hands and hold on to the chair from either side. Lovely. And then first up, can you lift the knees? Okay. And if you're on the chair, you can actually rest your upper arms on the back of the chair as well. Option to stay here, or option as you exhale, can you extend a leg? Inhale brings you back. Lovely. Exhale, extend. Keep moving with the breath. The lower you move the leg, the more demand it will be on the core. But tune in, notice, is your core controlling this movement? Maybe even peep down at your core. Make sure you're not seeing any bulging or doming. Keep with the breath, and if you need a little more help from the core, what you can do is you inhale through the nose and you exhale through pursed lips. And what that does is it automatically engages your deep core muscles, your pelvic floor, your TRA, transverse abdominis. We're going to do one more. Are you feeling this, Elspeth? Inhale brings you back to center, and exhale. Slowly bring the feet down, and maybe give those knees a little windscreen wiper from side to side. Lovely. Now, if you're on the floor and you want a little bit of fun, you can bring your hands behind your thighs, and you're going to rock and roll forwards and backwards, rounding through the spine, and you're going to come all the way into chair pose. You can, of course, just roll to one side and bring yourself up to stand. That's okay as well. Great. So in your chair, if you're on your chair like me, you can stay seated, or you can hover your hips just above the chair. Now, you are going to take your right elbow, lift your left knee, and see if you can touch them together. If you can't, that's okay, but just bring it towards each other. Nice. And then back to chair. Lovely. Exhale, elbow towards me, knee. Inhale, chair. Lovely. Exhale. Breathing in. Connect to the core. Exhale. Remember that pursed lift breath can help. And one more. Bring it together. Inhale. Exhale. Everyone take a fold. Hands towards the floor, can come onto blocks if you need. Just take a soft breath in through the nose and a soft sigh out through the mouth. If you're on the mat, you're going to step back into your plank pose, and we're going to hold our plank. If you're on the chair and you don't want to do plank, you can lift your knees, do a knee lift instead. Alternatively, you can rest your hands on the seat of the chair in plank, or take a plank on the wall or on the back of the chair. Okay, you're holding here. What I want you to do is I want you to push the floor away. Yes, pulling the shoulder blades away from the spine. Imagine my hands on the back of your head, push back in space. Lovely. Hug the inner thighs in towards each other, reach the crown of the head towards the front of the room, reach the heels towards the back for 3, for 2, 1. Knees come down, hips go back, child's pose. Nice. If you're in your chair, come back to it now and take that fold over the legs. Now imagine my hands are in the room with you and they're on your back ribs. Breathe into my imaginary hands. Breathe into my hands. Nice. One more breath here. Now, we're coming into downward facing dog. So if you're in child's pose, reach your arms forward, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Pedal the knees as much as you need. If you have your chair, you can come onto your down dog with your chair. I haven't got much room, so I'm going to show you on the wall. You're going to step back, stretch your arms forward, or I quite like a down dog, bringing yourself into a V position, seated on the chair. Now push your hands really firmly into the floor. Reach your sitting bones up towards the ceiling. Nice. Dial the hands in opposite directions. They're not actually moving. It's an energetic feel. Hopefully you feel that connection through the shoulders. Nice. Hold and breathe for 3, for 2. We're going back towards boat pose. Changing it up though. Take a little hop and come to sit on your mat. Now, on your chair, you can have your hands down. To be honest, on the floor, you can always have your hands down as well, or you can hold the backs of your thighs. Now you're going to lift your legs. You're going to reach your arms. Nice. Hug in towards center. Lovely. Reach your fingers away. Grow the crown of your head up. Lovely. Lift your chest up towards the ceiling. Are you breathing? Can you hold it here? You're smiling. That's good. For 3. Hold and breathe for 2. And 1. Feet come down. If you're on the floor, you're going to come all the way down to lie on your back. Nice. Use your hands to help if you need. And we're all going to lift into bridge. So your hands on the chair are going to grab the sides of the chair. You're going to push through your feet and you're going to lift up. I personally prefer to keep my chin tucked rather than letting the head just kind of fling back. Nice. Everyone ground through their feet. Again, you can have that sensation of dialing the feet in opposite directions. And imagine a line of energy from your knees all the way to your shoulders. Feel the connection to your core. But feel as you breathe in, your ribs expanding forwards, sideways, backwards. And as you exhale, everything melts back to center. Really nice. Slowly, mindfully bring it back down. Ready for those rock and rolls again? Yeah. So rocking and rolling again, all the way up to chair. If you're in your chair, remember you can have your bottom on the chair, or you can lift and hover just above. This time we have stillness. And again, use your hands, actually cup your bottom ribs and firstly feel the core is alive, but as you what I mean by that is you feel some firmness underneath the fingers in this position. But as you breathe in, you feel the ribs moving. Yes, lovely. And then reach the arms up. And then if you're on the mat, you're slowly going to step your left foot to the back of the mat, windmill the arms open, warrior 2. If you're in the chair, you can use the chair to support you here. You are bending your right leg and you're straightening your left leg. So you're in your warrior 2, but you're supported by the chair. Now, everyone ground through their feet and lift through the crown of the head. Imagine I'm in the room with you and I'm pulling your fingers in opposite directions. Really nice. Now again, do that pursed-lipped breath. Inhale. Exhale, pursed-lipped. Feel that connection to your core. 2 more times just like that. Breathe in. Once more, breathing in and out. Now, open your body towards the left if you're on your mat. We're going towards goddess pose. If you're on the chair, again, you can hover if you want, or you can have your glutes grounded. Your toes are at 45 degrees. Your hands either, yeah, perfect, Elspeth. You can either bring your hands to clasp behind your head, or you can cactus your arms. So notice what feels better. Now, as you exhale, we're going to do a little side bend in our goddess, taking our elbow towards our knee. Inhale brings you up. Lovely. Exhale takes you over. We're doing 5 each side. Exhale. Can you feel that connection? Yes. Yes. Your glutes and legs as well. Yeah. 3 more times. Inhale through. Notice your knees collapsing inwards. Can you push them away from you and feel the effect of that on your pelvis? We're nearly there. 1 more, both sides. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Amazing. You're going to windmill your hands. You're going to frame your front foot. You're going to step back plank pose. And you're going to lower all the way to your belly. Drop your knees to the floor if you need to. Now, you can do this on the back of your chair, or you can do this like me. We're going to do cobra rolls. So hands underneath shoulders or hands in front of shoulders. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the heart. And then exhale, brings you back. Nice. Inhale, hands go back. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, bow down. Lovely. Last time, breathe in, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the heart. Lovely. Exhale, bow down. Just for a moment, make a pillow if you're on the floor with your hands and just rest your head on that pillow. If you're on the chair, place your hands onto your thighs and close your eyes. 3 soft breaths together, in through the nose. Whisper out through the mouth. Breathing in. Whisper out. Last one. Inhale. And whisper it out. Blink your eyes open. Take a little soft smile, a little moment of gratitude for how far you've come. And then we're going to take it to the left side. Are you ready? Yes. Hands underneath shoulders, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog if you're on the mat. So either step your feet or a little jump your feet to the top of the mat. You're going to exhale and fold when you get there. Nice. Inhale, roll. Let's roll all the way up. And if you're in the chair, you can do this too. Slow roll of the spine until you come up to stand. Lovely. Roll the shoulders back, lift through the crown. Inhale, arms come up, back to your chair pose, bend the knees, sit back. If you want to hover the hips, you totally can. Now from here, left elbow this time meets right knee. Doesn't have to touch, just towards. Inhale, back. Exhale. Lovely. Breathing in. Stay with the breath. Notice the balance challenge of this. Last two. And back. Last one. Lovely. From here, if you're on your mat, you're going to exhale, fold. Lovely. Step back into your plank. If you're on your chair, again, option, you can lift your knees. Option, you can bring your hands on the back of the chair or the seat of the chair coming into that plank. Lovely. Now, imagine there's something between your thighs. Hug your thighs towards each other. They don't have to touch. Push your hands onto the chair or onto the mat, pulling the shoulder blades away from the spine. Reach the crown of the head away from the heels. Push your head back in space. Just check your head isn't kind of flopping around. Now, are you breathing? You're here for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you're in your plank, take it into a child's pose. If you're on your chair, come to sit and take your body over the legs. Fold. Soft breaths in through the nose. Soft breaths out through the nose. Now, one more breath, and then we're meeting in downward facing dog. Take your down dog of your choice. Push your hands firmly into the mat, reach the sitting bones away. Soft breath in, soft breath out. Feel that marriage of softness and strength in this posture. If you're on the mat, take a little hop to come and sit. Again, going towards boat pose on the chair. Make sure you're nice and steady. Use your hands if you need them on the chair, on the mat. If you want to, you can straighten your legs, but you don't need to. That was a real balance challenge being on a chair. There's an element of balance definitely if you're doing this on a chair. Everything hugs into center. Lift your heart upwards. Energize through your arms. Energize through the fingers. Lovely. Hold here. 3. Hug in for 2 and 1. Feet come down. If you're on the mat, come all the way onto your back. You're going to reach your hands alongside you if you're on the chair. Take hold of the chair from either side. And then everyone is going to lift the hips. Nice. Your feet are hands distance from your body if you're on the floor. If you're on the chair, that chin tuck can be really helpful. Imagine you're holding a peach between your chin and your chest. And then what I want you to do is feel a line of energy from your knees all the way up to your shoulders, whether you're on the mat or whether you're on the chair. Ground through the feet. And again, have that sensation that you're hugging like a cushion between your thighs. There's like an energizing there. You're holding here for 3. You're going to be rocking and rolling in a moment, Elspeth, for 2 and 1. Everyone gently make their way out of bridge. We're all meeting in chair pose. You can be sat on the chair or you can hover. Now, again, you feel your feet pushing really firmly into the mat. At the same time, reach your fingers like you're trying to touch the ceiling. Can you sit perhaps a little bit deeper? Excellent. Your right leg, if you're on the mat, is going to fly backwards, toes land, windmill open, warrior two. If you're on the chair, you're going to make your way to a supported warrior two. Still strong, but you have the support of the chair underneath you. Lovely. Try not to tip your body forward. Yes, perfect. Reach the hands in opposite directions. Reach the crown of the head upwards. In poses like this, I often say this in triangle, but it works in warrior two as well. Imagine yourself like a star. So your feet, your hands, your head are shining in opposite directions. Helps you feel really strong, but expansive as well. Now that breath we did before, inhale through the nose. Exhale, pursed lip breath out through the mouth. 2 more times just like that. Inhale, make sure that left knee isn't collapsing inwards. Push firmly through the foot. Pursed lip, exhale. Lovely. 1 more time, breathing in. Exhale. Amazing. We're going into goddess. Are you ready? Chisel your body open to the right side if you're on the mat. And remember, if you're on the chair, you can hover or you can stay down. We're going back to those side oblique little crunches. Again, hands behind head, or you can cactus. Breathe in, this time left side first. Elbow to knee. Inhale. Lovely. Exhale over. 4 more times. Mindful of those knees, don't let them collapse in. Stay super strong through the lower body. Keep connected to the core. Last 2, are you ready? Exhale. Breathing in. And last one. Take it over and then lift it up. Windmill the hands to frame the foot, step back plank and lower all the way onto the belly. We're going back to those cobra rolls. So hands underneath shoulders or in front of shoulders as you inhale, lift the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades. As you exhale, bring it back. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, back body working, squeeze the shoulder blades, heart lifts. Exhale. Lovely. Now release the arms, release the body. If you're on the mat, gently roll onto your back. We're going to bring the energy down now. But you need to grab your strap or dressing gown belt, or if you know you have really, really open hamstrings, you might not need either. I see Elspeth's got a resistance band. Anything works. And what we're going to do is a hamstring stretch. So loop or the band or strap or whatever you have underneath your right foot. Your left foot can stay bent or it can straighten. If you're on the chair, I keep it bent. And then you're going to extend that leg upwards. You can make the band as long or as short as you want. Lovely. Keep the hips nice and equal, nice and steady, and then gently pull the leg back towards you, keeping the spine nice and long, particularly if you're on that chair. Just notice you rounding in. Can you keep that spine nice and long? And a tip that really helps me is instead of using just the hands to pull, think of the connection coming from your hip, okay? So put your brain into your hip and feel the connection there and notice. Do you feel that? Yes, it changes. And then I would say close your eyes here and soften the breath and help you soften the back of that thigh. And take it slowly if you want to walk your hands up the strap or slowly lift the leg more towards you. Do it with your breath. Lovely. Then what I want you to do is take the strap in the right hand. Your left hand can come onto your left hip just for a little bit of feedback. And then you are going to open that right leg over towards the right, keeping the spine nice and long and keeping the hips down, particularly, see how it wants to lift. Don't let it lift. Lovely. Breathe into the inner thigh, keep the spine long, keep the breath soft. Hold here for 3 and for 2 and 1. Bring it back through center. bend the knee, the strap's going to drop, that's okay. Take hold of the right knee with the left hand, and if you're on the floor, you're coming into a supine twist. If you're on the chair, we're going to do a supine twist on the chair. So left hand grabs hold of that right knee. You can let it go if you want to, but it can feel quite nice bringing it up. And then the right arm kind of hugs the back of the chair and you're gazing back over that right shoulder. Soft breaths here. And then slowly inhale, brings you back through center. Grab hold of that strap again, and we're going to do exactly the same thing with the left leg. Yes, perfect. Loop the foot in, and then start with two hands. Stay curious. How does this side feel compared to the other one? No analysis, no judgment. Everyone's asymmetrical in their own way. If you're on the chair, keep that feeling of a long spine lifting through the crown. And then slowly with the breath, maybe you inch your hands a little bit further down the strap, or maybe you slowly lift the leg that little bit more. And just like before, take hold of the strap with your left hand, right hand comes onto your hip. You're going to open that leg over towards the left, keeping the right hip grounded, particularly if you're on the mat. And if you're on the chair, again, have that sense of lifting through the crown. Breathe into the inner thigh. And instead of having a sensation of just pulling with the hands, connect your brain to your hip and have the sensation of strength through that hip. And see if that changes the pose for you. Now, hold here, 3, hold here, 2, and 1. Bend the knee as you come back to center. Take hold of it with the right hand. Let the strap just drop to the side. And you're coming into that supine twist if you're on the floor. And if you're on the chair, we've got our version of our twist here. Keeping hold of that left knee. Pull it over towards the right as you twist over towards the left. The spine stays long, the breath stays soft. Maybe you close your eyes and really absorb these last moments of practice. And slowly, mindfully come back to center. One more pose before Shavasana. And this is where we need the block. So we're going to do restorative fish. So let me show you on Elspeth for a moment. Whether you're on the chair or on the floor, the block is going to come just underneath the shoulder blades. So around in line where the bottom of her shoulder blades are is around in line with the bottom of the block. Come to lie over the block just like that. Does that feel, maybe adjust it? Is that too high? No. Great. Okay. And then what you can do is you can let the head go like she's doing now. You could grab a cushion even if you need a bit more support, or you can cactus the arms or even bring the hands behind the head. If you're on the chair, you are going to rest the block on the back of the chair in that area that I just showed you. And you can have a little play with it, moving it up and down and noticing where feels right for you. And then what I like doing here is interlacing the hands behind the head and gently pushing the hands into the head and the head into the hands and breathing the heart upwards. And you're in control. If it's too intense, you can bring the elbows in. You can come up. Wherever you are, close the eyes, soften the breath and really lengthen those exhales. Enjoy this feeling of length through the front body. That's done lots of work in this class today. Notice if you're clinging on. Just ask yourself, Can I let go? For example, is there tension in your belly? We often hold our bellies in without realizing it. Full permission to let go. And then scan your face. Can you soften your jaw, your cheeks, your nose, your eyes, your ears? Now to come out, if your arms aren't interlaced behind your head, perhaps do that and then gently use your hands to help you come up through center. You're gently going to move the block to the side and we're going to come into our final pose of Shavasana. So if you're on the mat, you're going to lie down. If you're on the chair and you want to lie down, please feel free. Otherwise, you can come into a seated position, perhaps hands on thighs, and then everyone flip their palms to face the ceiling. Feel that length and space and strength through the body. Take a soft breath in and a soft sigh out. And with that sigh, fully let go. You are now the breath's witness. Different parts of your body move as you breathe. Each breath looks different. And before I leave you here in Shavasana, your center is your anchor. It steadies you when life shifts. It gathers you back when you feel scattered. It reminds you that strength isn't in force, but in the quiet steadiness that's always there beneath the surface. No matter where you go or how far you drift, you can return to your center. And in that return, you remember your strength. Now very, very slowly, you're going to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. As you inhale, reach your arms overhead, reach your toes away from you, great big stretch. And if you're on the floor, you're going to hug your knees in. If you're on the chair, you're going to hug your body. If you're on the floor, gently roll to one side, take a moment. Together we breathe in and out. And then gently bring yourself up to any comfortable seat. Let's bring one hand flat on the heart, the other hand flat on top of it. Keep this reminder Keep coming back to your center, and we're going to simply end with one breath together, breathing in and out. Thank you so much for practicing with us today. See you on the mats again tomorrow.